I am going to give my narrative about my experience during the 83 riots. But before I start this narrative, I want to thank the Sinhalese, the Muslims, and the workers who were instrumental in helping all the Tamils who were saved during the riots. I vividly remember it was a Saturday. I was working at the FTZ and I get a call from my friend who had a factory in Jaffna. He said, they have killed 13 soldiers. Are you living in Colombo or in Negombo? I said, no, I have gone. My wife and my kids are there in Colombo. I'll go and live with them. And so I walked into the MD's office. He's an Italian. I said, Mr. Missouri, please don't come on Monday. He said, do you need a holiday or something like that? Take it, man. I said, no. Then I decided it's useless talking about him because he doesn't know the local politics. And I went back to my business, and then I went back to Colombo. When I reached Colombo, my sister said, you don't stay here, you better get back to your house in Negombo, because I was building a house next to my house. So we went back. On the way at Jaila, all the KG industry buses which fly between Colombo and Jaffna were getting ready to go on their run. So went back home. The TV or the radio, we had no information whatsoever. Come Monday, I go to work. And when I went to work and I called my sister, she said, they are burning our cousin's house, Periyathamby's, and then our neighbors, several of those relatives, their houses was being burnt. So she said, it's becoming a little bit tough here, but don't worry about us. I don't think they will attack our house, because we survived the 58, 77 riots. And curfew was ordered that day. I went and I tried to speak to the managing director, and he was shaking. So I had to call Colombo to come and fetch him up, because he was not in a state of mind to drive on his own, because he had seen dead bodies on his way from Colombo to our factory. So we closed the factory. Curfew was ordered at that time. My wife had the presence of mind to get some more milk food for the twins. And we were okay wherever we lived in the house. Come Friday, suddenly we see cars going on reverse. So somebody said, the tigers have come. That was the day that there was a rumor that the tigers had come, and the violence really increased. That's the day more Tamils were burnt alive and killed. So we decided that it was not safe anymore, because they were saying they want to permanently attack our house in Negombo. So my wife called the Negombo branch office, and the manager brought one of the customers to take us to Kochikada, where his house was. Kochikada was usually a very safe area, but when we were going, on both sides of the road, the Tamil shops were being burnt, and my wife couldn't take her nose. It still haunts me. What if got stopped. Anyway, we reached the place safely, and because my children, my twin daughters were only 3 years old, but they could speak Sinhalese. So people around the area thought that we are from Negambu, and they were not interested in who we were like. But during the radio, listening to the radio, Jaya Jawan stated that in a speech to the nation that I don't care about the Tamils. That really hurt my feelings, and also there was no empathy towards the Tamils. So then after some time I decided to go and see our house. So the gentleman who was keeping us, he took us to Colombo. When I went to Colombo, the house was completely destroyed, as if a cyclone has gone through. And there I see my certificates thrown on the ground. And so I took it and I searched whatever we could search for, valuables. And then I found that my sister and my brother, who were living there, had vacated to one of our Muslim friends' houses. So I went there and met them. And she said, I want to go to London, but I don't have a passport, she said. So I was able to get her a passport. And then I came back, and then I went to, from my Kuchikada, I went back to Colombo to my brother-in-law's house. And from there, we took the convoy train which left to Jaffna. All along my trip, it was hurt because I came to this country from England to work there to help the country, because I was a textile technologist and I wanted to work for this country. So when I wanted to apply for immigration to Canada, when I applied, and at the interview, the person interviewing me asked me why you applied for 1973 and here you're applying for immigration again. I said, a good beating. And the first thing she asked me was, were you affected? I said, what I lost all the wedding gifts and things like that, and my suits and everything what I held in Colombo. It's nothing compared to people who have lost their lives. So I came to Canada, and Canada opened the doors for me, and I'm glad that the Canadian government did that to many, many Tamils. But I'm really sad in this aspect that very few people want to share their stories. And that is, it really hurts me. Thank you very much. That's it.